In Spanish, Manzanar means apple orchard. Great stretches of Owens Valley were once green with orchards and alfalfa fields. It has been a desert ever since its water started flowing to Los Angeles. See, sometimes during the 20s, it had a few rows of untended parent trees were still growing. Were then him opening, there was a shallow water table and it kept them alive. In the spring of 1943, we moved to Block 28. They right up next to one at the old air orchards. They stayed until the end of the war, and those histories and in my memory returning of life at camp and the outrageous of tolerable Papa pruned and carried to the nearest tree. Late the summer, we picked the fruit green and stood in a root cellar. He had dug under new barracks. At night, the wind through the leaves would sound like sound like in Ocean Park. And while drifting off to sleep, I could almost imagine we were still living by the beach. Mama had set up this move. Lot 28 was also close to the camp hospital. For the most part, people were there who had have to be easy access to it. Mama's connection was her job to a dietitian. A whole half of one barracks has half one empty. When another family relocated, Mama hustled us, and they were almost before they snapped their suitcases shut. There also, for all the pain it caused, the loyalty of finally defeated the location program. The one result, a gradual easing of the congestion in the barracks. A shrewd house hunter like Mama could set things out fairly and comfortably. A Manzanar standards he kept her eyes open, but had to move fast. As soon as the word got around, so had begun to occur to leave, it could be a tribal of restlessness, nervous rise in the level of neighbor gossip, as wives jockeyed from position who would get the empty cubicles in Block 28. We doubled our living space, 4 rooms for the 12 of us. And Woody, we walled them with sheer rock. We had ceilings This time, a linoleum floor of solid maroon. You had 3 colors to choose from: marine, black, and forest green. And there was plenty of it around by this time. Soon the sun families would vary with another one of the most elegant floor designs, obtaining a roll of each color from the supply shed, cutting it into diamonds, squares, and triangles, shining in heating oil. Annie, leaving their doors open so the passers-by admire the handiwork. Papa would still when he moved. He said, behind the door, where he continued to brew his own steak and brandy. He wasn't drinking his as much now, although he spent a lot of time outdoors. Like many as the older Simon, he didn't take a regular job at camp. He puttered. He had been working hard for 30 years and bad, as if from what for him. In some ways, Kim did allow him to dabble with hobbies he would never found from otherwise. When the first year's turmoil cooled down, the authorities started letting us outside the wire for recreation. Papa used to hike along the creeks that channeled down from the Mesa series. He bred a bunch of driftwood. He had one pass on sitting at the stems of curry myrtle limbs and benches, tables, and lamps, filling our room with bit and now polished furniture. He hauled stones in off the dirt. He built a small rock garden outside the doorway, with succulents and a patch of moss. Here he lay flat. Stepping stones led to the stairs. He also painted watercolors. Well, this time he had not known he could paint. He would love to sketch the mountains. He, if anything, make that country habitable. It was mountains then purple when the sun roughly and so sharply edged in morning light. The granite dazzled almost more than the bright snow lacing it. The nearest peaks rose the 10,000 feet higher than the valley floor, with Whitney, the highest, just off to the south. They were important for all of us, but especially for the eye. Whitney reminded Papa the Fujiyama. That is, it gave the same kind of spiritual sustenance as so many hydroponics to Japanese rocks. The rocks outside our doorway could be the mountains in miniature. And also forces in nature. The powerful and inevitable forces that cannot be resisted, reminding a man that sometimes he must endure a human can do resign Papa's life. All our lives took on a pattern of a hood for duration of the war. Public shows resentment much spent themselves over the loyalty of Christ. Yes. Shikata Gande again became the motto. But under altered circumstances, what had been to be endured was the climate. The confinement, the steady crumbled away from family life. But the camp itself had been made livable. The government provided from our physical needs. My parents and older brothers and sisters, like most of the attorneys of the lot, and did how they made the best of a bad situation. We're here, would say. What he would say, we're here, and there's no making out about it forever. Gardeners had sprung up ever in the fire breaks between the rows of barracks, rock gardens, vegetable gardens, cactus, and flower gardens. Who lived in the Owens Valley during the war, still meaning of flowers and lush greenery. They could see from the highway as they drove past the main gate. So Manzanar is a value and very rich, with water siphoned off from the Los Angeles Mountain Aqueduct. A large farm was under cultivation. Watch just outside the camp, hanging the mouse halls with lettuce, corn, eggplant, string beans, horseradish, and cucumber. Near block 28, some were the men who had been professional gardeners built a small parks with mossy necks, ponds, waterfalls, and wooden bridges. Sometimes in the evening, we could walk down the raked gravel house. They could face away from the burrows, look past the tiny ribbons with the darkening mountains. That you could, hey, suppose the so odd, some almost lovely land could not come from a yet almost didn't want to leave. As long as that Manzanar turned to years, it became a world unto itself, with its own knowledge and logic and familiar ways, and stayed in their scene far similar, and moving again to another unknown place. It was as if the war were forgotten. Our reason for being forgotten. The present was they a little bit of busy work you had right in front of you. It became the most urgent thing. In such a narrowed world, in order to survive, you learn to contain your rage and your despair, and you try to recreate as as you can your normality, some sense of continued yeah, effect. Well, like American had excused or included us or imprisoned us, or whatever it might be called, did not change the world. Change the kind of world we wanted. Most of us were born in this view. We had no other models. The parks and gardens or character, but those ways it was a total equipment. American small town complete with schools, which is Boy Scouts, the parlors, neighborhoods on fire, the police departments, league of softball leagues, when a Costello movies, concerts, and traveling shows. Boy, am I good. I still remember who turned up Saturday as a shua, a chief, wearing bear claws and head feathers and fire break. He sings odds to his dear commands, and hundreds of us watched. In our family, while Papa pattered, Mama made her daily round to the mess halls. Her young mothers, which he feeding planned diets for various ailments. He boasted ever from he wore a bright yellow long-billed sun hat. He had herself and saw always kept stiffly starched. Afternoons I would see her blocks away. He headed home, but her tiny figure why he weighs, and that body yellow flower wavered in the glare. And the disagreement over the century, the home contrary would and a papa he struck in a compromise. His papa talked to him out of voluntary when he for the army to induct him. Meanwhile, he cleared the co-op general store. Nearly 30 by this time, moving forward to the heavy wind, and they would move the sand around and uncovered a city and Arrowhead could sell all to old men. and in count to 50% apiece. Ray, a few years older, played in, the such a large football leagues as a Caucasian would come would comment from the Umpire Independence. That's my Independence High School where I'm going to next year. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah! My sister Lilia was in high school and singing in a hillbilly band. Saw the serious stars, jeans, cowboy hats, two guitars, and a tub bass. And my oldest brother, Bill, had a dance band called the Jive Bobbers Brass and Rhythm. Cardboard fold out music as letter GB dances where I'll do every weekend. There's one of the recreation halls built played trumpet and took vocals and Ann Miller arrangements of such mood. In the mood, string of pearls and don't fence me in. When he didn't sing don't fence me in, had a protest as if trying to climb the mock like the authorities. It just happened to be a hit song one year. They all wanted to be up to date American swing band. They would blast it out to recreation full hobby thought jitterbuggy couples. Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. No offense, the end. Let me ride through the wide open the country I love. Wait, what? Wait, what? Anyway, pictures of the band, he in their bow ties and jackets appeared in the high school yearbook 1943 to 1944. Long picture with pictures of just about everything else in Canada that year. It was called Our World, and its pages you see little kids with armloads of books, and cardigans, sweaters, and walking to past the tar-papered shacks. You see chubby girl yell leaders, pom-poms flying as they leap with glee. They read about the school play called Growing Pains, the story of a typical American home in this case of the McIntyre and tires. See the boy and girl toss adorable, awkward, throwing a stage, but the can offer as little assistance or directions, and the Reverend course. So Sojay Katayama as George McIntyre, Takodu and was Tyrion Tyre, and Miss Tyre played by Kazuko Nagai. All pleasures in there on the 7 to the 12 individual headshots of senior. Their names are followed by the names of the high schools. They are graduated from the outside. Theodore Roosevelt, Thomas Jefferson, Herbert Hoover, Sacred Heart, You see pretty girls on bicycles, chicken yards full of fat pullets, Mission's back tilted and dental tears. That's what I did before! Lines of laundry and finally the two large blow-ups. The first of a town with a searchlight against a Sierra backdrop. The two of each showing a wide path. That curves among rows of elm trees. The stone bordered the path, so two dogs following an old woman in garden clothes as she strolls along. As she is in the middle path, distance so beneath the trees, beneath the snowy peaks, and in winters it all homes are bare. The seas is both stark and comforting. This path leads to the edge of camp, but this wire is out of sight or out of focus. This tiny woman seems very much at ease. She had her tiny dogs. She almost swallowed by the landscape or floating in it.